protect the history, stories, artifacts of the roller coaster and the amusement industry. And we've really worked hard to do that. A lot of people are going to say, well, why Plainview, Texas? That's the first question I get. Land. It was donated to us. We're a 100% volunteer organization. We're a 501c3. We have no other source of income but donations. Larson International donated the property to us, and they donated all of the labor to build the buildings in which you see. The thing you see in front there is one of the other big things we did this year, which is erect that corkscrew, which will be the gateway for the parking lot, as you see, because you'll eventually enter on the side of the building. We'll hop through this quick. Thank you for your donations and for helping us. And as we had earlier for the tickets, that Holiday World provided the money going in will help us get things like this. We got the Time Warp from Canada's Wonderland. The donations are awesome from the parks themselves. I'm just going to flip through these and you guys can say, oh yeah, we'll stop. But the shipping is horrendously expensive. And so we'll get a donation.
No big deal.
You know, if you're getting something from Six Flags over Texas and it's got to go to Plainview, it's not too bad. But, and here's another piece of thank you for Tom. We got our first shipment from PTC of some things that he's been cherishing for us and for Ace for a long time, and they're all going to factor into the exhibits as we continue to build those out. Iron Wolf. So if we get something from Six Flags Great America, or from America, or even getting this corkscrew from Kenobi Park, I mean, the corkscrew came on 6 trucks. It's expensive to do all of that, and that's what much of the donation that we've had goes to be able to do that. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Chris Roberry had a great idea to, if some folks would volunteer to drive it down, if we could put an air tag on the truck, we could follow their progress with the King to Cock car to be able to do this. Chris does such an amazing job of photographing these. You know, we had a container come from Europe, including this ride from Bakken and the Blackpool wooden mouse car that's been sitting there waiting for us. We'll hop through those. Well, first question is, do we get a tax, or do facilities get a tax write-off if they donate to us? Yes, they do, but only for the tonnage that there is of whatever it is that they donate. So if a ride vehicle comes in and it weighs 3,500 pounds, they get $7 a pound for what that is, and that's what their tax write-off is. So they're donating it. The relationships we formed are donating it because they believe in the mission of trying to preserve these pieces for history. And then next one, this is, Chris built the deck, but I'm just flying through it. Often hear the question that the museum's owned by one person and it's his personal collection. So, not true. I'm not gonna use a Guardians of the Galaxy reference, but we are a volunteer board, as I said. It all goes to the 501c3. Now there are people that have donated a lot of money through the years. Jeff Novotny is one of them. I mean, I would say his donations over the 20 years that he's been involved are probably in the low seven figures. It's paid for a lot of the shipping, but it is a public collection. Last is the museum's never going to open to the public. Well, we have 4 events planned this year, and the opportunity is for you guys to come out. One of those, I was speaking in the break, we're doing an add-on to CoasterCon, so that there'll be an event at World of Wonderland post-con, and there'll be an event at the museum if you want to come out and see what is going on at the museum and what's there. But there are 4 total events, maybe 5, and you'll see what we're working on. And the main thing we're working on right now is finishing the electrical system for the Mark Moore wing of the building, where most of the exhibits are going to go, finishing the walls, blowing in the insulation, and getting that done. That project is $257,000. And because all of the money we have is coming from donations, it's taken quite a lot of time to be able to do that, when we also want to make sure donations don't go away and we bring those in by shipping. So here are your upcoming events. So we do a spring cleaning event. We did that last year. It's March 21st. It's an opportunity if you want to go and lay hands on these vehicles and help us wash them or get them ready to go. If you volunteer, it's free. And if you just want to come and play, it's $20. Pre-post con, as I was talking about, May 14th and 18th. It's post spring con, so that you'll see a tour of the museum, a tour of Larson RMC next door, and then we'll do a World of Wonderland tour. TBD, it'll be on rollercoastermuseum.com. Back to the museum on July 18th. This is an Enthusiast event that we started a couple of years ago under a different name. We used to tie on to the Western Roundup or Western Swing event. Opportunity for us to do that and you guys to be able to see things. And then we're doing an event called the Night of the Museum on October 10th. Other than that, how can you help? If you want to volunteer, you want to donate, and we want you to follow us so that you can follow the progress. So with that, I'll get out of the way, Mike, wherever you are. And unless you got a couple of questions, and you'll let me answer a couple.
2 questions, please.
One there.
What is the capacity of Night Flight Expedition going to look like as of right now?
Over 1,000 an hour.
Wow.
So goal would be somewhere between 11 and 1,200. You know, the idea is we wanted to build something big, you know, epically big, but also a people eater. So we need it. We need that ride capacity for with that as an opportunity. And as we go through, we use something called entertainment units. So we're trying to hit a targeted number of entertainment units for each guest when they're there. And obviously, as the attendance climbs, in the Dollywood Park now, well, at the end of 2026, I mean, it'll be in the 3-7 range in attendance. So as that continues to climb, the capacity is, there's a lot of downward pressure, not only on rides, but also on culinary, I mean, on bathrooms, on anything. And that's what we have been trying to focus on. So you may see us trade one thing for another coming up. You know, we may trade an entertainment experience for a ride experience because we'll get more capacity and we'll get more entertainment units. So it's a factor, but that's the short answer is over 1,000 an hour. Down here.
So how many people do you think Night Flight Expedition is going to take this year? I know capacity is a big thing.
I want to know how many entertainment units the guests look at.
Let's see if I can do the math quick. Yeah, so on an, hang on a minute.
Well, I don't know how to do it.
Are those boats held by? So that's dispatching. You have to dispatch.
Each train is 12 seats.
Trains now.
It looks like, I mean, if we went, 10. So, just rough math, in an annual year, I can't tell you what we'll do in 26, but say 27, you know, you're looking at ride capacity at somewhere in the neighborhood. I went low, so I went 900 an hour as average. Somewhere just short of 2 million riders a year.
One more over here, Pete.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The Dollywood Express train, is that going to continue to be a coal-fired train, or are you thinking of switching to something more environmentally friendly?
You want me to break something?
I mean, if you want to break news, they're all for breaking news.
So the short answer to your question is yes. So in the off season, we've converted one of the engines, and the engine will be running oil. Ride experience looks, I was just there when they heated the boiler, looks just like the other, Dollywood Express as coal-fired, except that the first burn of the day is not black and you don't get pelted with debris.
I would argue that that's half the fun.
That is part of the experience. I mean,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
The laundry bill is quite substantial after that.
And so so there is one that has been modified and there's one that will be modified, but it will probably be operated with coal the balance of the 2026. And then by 2027, they will both be converted.
Oh,
Go ahead.
in that case, they should change the state of Cinderella.
No, we'll keep that just as for nostalgia reasons. But she lived up to her name, for sure.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you all, appreciate it.
Thank you.